nutrition and fitness expert here today to chat with you a little bit about alcohol. Now, let me just give my disclaimer. I am not an alcohol counselor, and this information is not for you if you are an alcoholic. Okay, I'm trying to speak to women who drink socially, who are trying to get fit, lose fat, and gain confidence, and trying to help you today to understand and to manage your alcohol intake to help promote your overall goals. So let's talk a little bit about alcohol in 4 ways that it can hinder your fat loss progress. Number 1, calories. All right, alcohol contains calories. It contains 7 calories per gram, actually. So when you consume alcohol, you're contributing to your overall calorie intake. If you're trying to lose fat, you want to be in a calorie deficit. If you're consuming excess calories coming from alcohol, that's going to make that calorie deficit that much harder to reach. Doesn't mean that you can't drink alcohol. It means setting limits on the amount and the frequency, and also making smarter choices with your drinks, trying to consume lower calorie beverages when possible. So that's the first one. Number 1, contributes calories to your overall daily intake. Number 2, consuming alcohol is going to interfere with your inhibitions, all right? Namely, they're going to lower your inhibitions generally. So related to food choices and other poor choices potentially, but related to food and how it affects your total calorie intake. Once you've gotten a couple drinks in you, you're often more likely to make a different food choice, perhaps higher fat, higher calorie food choice than you would have if you weren't consuming alcohol. So we've all been there. We know that, that fried platter of appetizers looks so much better after we've had a couple of drinks, and we're less likely to make that informed and, educated choice if we've had a couple of drinks in us. So lowering inhibitions often leads to additional calories consumed when consuming alcohol. Number 3, alcohol intake disrupts your sleep pattern. Okay. So you are going to get a lower quality of sleep once you've been drinking that night. Now, you may think this actually helps me go to sleep more quickly. I pass out if I've had a couple glasses of wine. Yes, it may make you fall asleep, but it definitely affects the quality of your sleep, meaning you wake up more frequently. You don't have as good of a deep of a sleep. You wake up feeling less rested on the nights that you're consuming alcohol. So this leads into number 4, hangovers. Okay. So when you drink in excess, you get a hangover. We all know, we've all been there. It happens. I think, worse as we get older. We tend to recover less from drinking larger amounts of alcohol, leading to that hangover. Also, when that sleep is impacted, we feel not so good the next day. This is going to impact our activity on the day after drinking. So not only did you consume excess calories with your drinks, maybe you made poor food choices, you didn't sleep well, and now you're feeling like junk and just want to lay around all day long. So number 4 is it limits your physical activity the next day after drinking, especially too much alcohol. So you're less likely to go out for a walk, less likely to get that workout in. You're more likely to sit around and burn far fewer calories than you would on a day when you're feeling much better. So 4 ways alcohol has an impact on your ability to lose fat. You consume excess calories when you consume that alcohol, lowers your inhibition. So often you make poor food choices. You get a much less quality of sleep when you're consuming alcohol that night. And then also you're physically feeling more run down. You need to rest more on those days after consuming, especially too much alcohol. Now, how do we combat that? So ways to combat that are, number 1, set limits on frequency and amount of drinks. So maybe you tell yourself 1 night a week, 2 nights a week, I'm going to go and have 1 or 2 drinks, depending. Maybe it's setting up tighter limits than that, but regarding your social situation and your quality of life, you want to have some balance. But setting limits on your alcohol intake can really make a difference as far as the frequency and the number of drinks that you're drinking. When you're out and you're having an alcoholic beverage, perhaps it's an alternation between an alcoholic beverage and a non-alcoholic beverage. So water in between is great. Personally, this is one of my favorite alternatives. Just a sparkling, 0-calorie type of carbonated drink. It can be a great alternative if you make that decision. I'm not going to have a drink tonight. I'm going to have these other alternatives. I'm setting my limits. I'm not going to have drinks Friday night, but maybe Saturday I'll allow myself to have, 2 to 3 drinks, and they're going to be lower in calorie content. So that would be, seltzers are a great option. Your distilled liquors with a 0-calorie mixer, something like a vodka and a soda with a lime. That's going to be one of your lower calorie options. Stay away from high calorie beers, craft beers, as well as sugary drinks, things like margaritas, daiquiris. Those are going to be some of the higher calorie drinks that you're choosing. So be choosy with the type of alcohol that you're consuming, setting limits on this, and minimizing the frequency of your drinking. Again, not to say that you can't ever enjoy yourself in social situations and have a couple of alcoholic beverages, but you have to be mindful, because if you're trying to lose fat, get fit, and gain confidence, making smart choices, being smart about your alcohol consumption can definitely help promote your progress. So that is the information I'm providing today. Hope you found it helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. I would love to have you here. I try to put out 1 to 2 videos every single week to help you stay on track to get fit, lose fat, and gain confidence.